Hello, friends. Susan Axelrod here. It's a good thing I am the confidence coach because something just happened to me in business, which would have taken me down if I weren't A, accustomed to things like this happening, and B, confident in my business. I am doing really, truly an amazing podcast series with the inimitable Nadine Searle, the Calmer Self Coach. I am sponsoring this podcast series called How to Use Qigong for a Confident and Calm Life. We had decided to do 2 episodes today, as we do sometimes, and the first one went off without a hitch. And boy, was it amazing. I mean, I should have known. It was one of those conversations that just glided and was so amazing. I will put a link here in the comments for you to access it. It was called On Being Present. And we were. And so I should have known perhaps to stop after that, but because I am goal oriented and I do have my business plans in place, we did our second recording, which it was a live session, which was how Qigong can support goals. Now, in my new way of being, in my new business and working with my clients, I don't talk about goals very often. I talk more about intentions and direction. Don't get me wrong. I have my own business. I run my own business. I'm in charge of myself and I do my own work, and I have my plans in place, and generally I know where I'm going, like I did today. But in the parlance, when your business is online, tech happens. So the second session that we were having was called How Qigong Can Support Your Goals. And we're going a mile a minute, having a great conversation about how you can be in business, you can be successful, you can use Qigong principles to have you move forward. And all of a sudden, my screen went dark. This wasn't a recording, this was live. And so I stream my podcast conversations often on my entire platform, which includes Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And so I sat here, and as soon as my screen went dark, I knew exactly what happened. It was human error. I had my plug here waiting for me and ready to plug in between the 2 recordings. But I was so excited about our call. I tended to my dog and got another cup of coffee. And then we got into the discussion live, and I forgot to plug in my laptop. So the truth is, it wasn't tech error. It was human error. I decided to just come here back to my platform, call myself out for what happened. And Nadine and I have already planned for the new live conversations that we'll be having later in the week, and I will post those. So Nadine is so gracious and kind and so much in the present, which is what our first conversation was about, that she said to me, well, apparently that wasn't meant to be. And in business, especially in the intuitive business system, as I teach it, when you're really going with your intuition, when you allow intuition to rise, when you don't force things, when you don't force yourself to do the things that you know you have to do in order to achieve your goals, that's what we'll be talking about in the next episode, then you can have a more settled feeling, right? Using Qigong right now to settle myself down, the hands going up and down, breathing a bit and saying, well, apparently that second recording was not intended for today. And then what happens is you can settle down all the stuff that ratchets up in you that creates stress from something going wrong. And then you can settle down. The physiology of your body settles down. Your nervous system settles down from that, stressed place of, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. You can settle yourself down. You can breathe. You can use your mind focus and Qigong, as we say, and create better feeling thoughts for yourself, which include, that happened. Maybe I'll go live and talk about it, and then we'll reschedule that conversation. And without a doubt in the world, completely in alignment with intuition, I am completely confident and calm that conversation that we will have later this week will be beautiful and amazing and exactly as intended. When you work for someone else and things happen, as they often do, I know that it's harder. I know that you're subject to evaluation and judgment and criticism. And I know that it's creates a very difficult situation when someone, when you're working, when you have a boss who's watching how you're doing. So things still happen in business. We are still human. And what we want to do in that case is give ourselves a break, is breathe and connect up with what I call our own self energy and ask myself, am I doing the best I can? And then be honest with myself. If the honest answer is yes, I really did do my best, and either human error or tech error occurred, and I'm going to just figure out a way to be comfortable with myself and say, I know I'm doing my best. Now, if you're honest with yourself and say, I wasn't paying attention, I didn't make a Post-it note to, plug my laptop in. I could have written it down on my notes on my page. I could have paid more attention. My mind was elsewhere, not present, right? Then you can do better. You can apologize. You can take responsibility for your error. You can let the other person to whom you're responsible know that you'll do it differently next time. And that's the best that you can do. And I hope that you work with a person who will see you as the human you are. And if you find yourself in a situation where you're constantly feeling that you're not seen as the human you are, then we want to work in a much deeper way to help that come together and be in support of you. Nadine is the calmer self coach. I'm the confidence coach. Either or both of us could work with you in different ways to help you shore up your insides so that when shit happens, as it does, we cannot have a total meltdown, emotional, anxious, mental, physical meltdown, and we can go on with our day. All right, friends. So that's what happened. These things happen. And I wanted to come back live in this moment and speak directly to you to show you I'm not perfect either. No one is perfect. And if somebody is lording over you that they are perfect, I'm here to tell you they're not really. All right, friends, that's it for today. On with your day. Thanks for joining me and listening to this conversation about being human, having human failure, and somehow still being okay with yourself, confident and calm inside. And I want to invite you to stay tuned to my platform so you can have more information and inspiration like this. My YouTube channel is The Confidence Zone. If you're seeing this on YouTube, I'd love to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Take good care.